Good morning students. In last class we have studied about the distance and displacement, the scalar and the vector quantities. Now continue with the chapter motion. Today we will study about speed. This is a very common term. What do you mean by speed? Speed means the distance covered by the body per unit time. It means how much distance a body cover in unit time. The unit time can be a second, it can be an hour. So the distance covered by the body in unit time is called the speed. So we can define the speed, right? We can write down the definition of speed. The distance covered by the body in unit time is called the speed. And the formula for finding the speed is distance upon time. Now again one more term that is the unit time. And what is the meaning of the unit time? Unit time is one time. So this one time, unit time, it can be 1 second, it can be 1 hour, even though it can be 1 minute. So the distance covered by the body in 1 second, or we can say in 1 hour, or we can say in 1 minute is called the unit time. So if you find the distance covered in 1 second, or suppose the distance covered by the body is in meter. So the unit for the speed will be meter per second. If a body covered the distance in meter in 1 second, then we will say that the speed of the body is meter per second. For example, suppose we are riding a bicycle. This is a bicycle, and we are riding a bicycle. So now you cover 2 meter in 1 second. So we will say that the speed of your bicycle will be 2 meter per second. So here we are representing the speed in meter per second. It means how much distance you cover in 1 second is called the distance covered by you. Even though you can say that you cover 3 meter in 1 hour. So in this case, your speed will be 3 km per hour. So here we are explaining the speed in the terms of kilometer per hour. It means how much distance you cover in 1 hour. So the unit of speed can be meter per second, it can be kilometer per hour. It depends on by which quantity, by which unit we are using the distance and the time. So the SI unit of the speed is meter per second. I explained in last class that SI unit is standard unit, and the standard unit is actually the amperes unit. Amperes represent M for meter. We represent the length by using this unit meter. K for kilogram, it means we show the mass in kilogram, and S for seconds. So if we use these units, meter, kilogram and seconds as the primary unit, we say it like the amperes unit or the standard unit. Another unit is CGS. In CGS unit, we use the length by we represent the length in centimeter, mass in gram, and S for second, the time in seconds. So this is the CGS unit. We don't use maximum times, we don't use this main unit. We actually use the standard unit. So the speed has the SI unit meter per second. The other large unit for representing the speed is kilometer per hour. So it should be clear that what is the speed? Speed is the distance covered by the body in unit time is called the speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. This is the formula for finding the speed. Now the SI unit of speed is meter per second. This is a standard unit, and other unit of the speed is kilometer per hour. This is a large unit. Now you should know how can we convert meter per second into kilometer per hour and kilometer per hour into meter per second. So first thing, how we convert meter per second. First one we take the kilometer per hour. So suppose you have some balance and you have to convert it into meter per second. 2, 2 5s are 10 and 2 3s are 6. So it means 5.18. So simply, if you want to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, you will multiply the value by 5.18. One example, suppose you have the speed of 72 km per hour and you have to convert it to meter per second. Then what will you do? 72 into 5.18. That is 18 4s are 4 5s are 20 meter per second. So simple thing, if you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, you will multiply it by 5.18. This is the one thing. Another thing is, if you want to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, then what will you do? For converting meter per second into kilometer per hour, since we know that in 1 meter we have 1/1000 kilometer. Okay, and if you want to convert second into the hours, you have to divide it by 60 to 60. So we are dividing it by 60 into 60. Seconds is in denominator, so I am writing this value in denominator. And for converting this division into the multiplication, we have to multiply and have the reciprocal of the last one, that is this one. Simply by calculation we will find that 18/5. This is a very simple thing, that if you want to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, you will multiply it by 5/18. Or if you want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, then you will multiply it by 18/5. So for example, let 10 meter per second, this is the speed, and you have to convert it into kilometer per hour, then you will multiply it by 18/5. 36 kilometer per hour. So what we have learned? First, speed. What is the standard unit of speed? And how can we convert kilometer per hour into meter per second? And the second thing, how can we convert meter per second into kilometer per hour? This is the one thing about the speed. Now the other thing is average speed. I changes the position of my phone, that's why you can easily see the board. What I am writing here on this board. So in we have learned that what is the speed? Speed is the distance covered by the body per unit time is called the speed. And the SI unit of speed is meter per second. Other large unit we represent the speed is, other large unit we use to represent the speed is kilometer per hour. We have learned that how can we convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. I explain you. If you multiply the kilometer per hour into by 5.18, you can convert it into meter per second. Second thing is, if you want to convert meter per second into kilometer per hour, you will multiply it by 18/5. Simply, it will be converted to kilometer per hour. So we have learned all these things. Now the average speed. Average speed. Average speed means the total distance covered by the body and the total time taken by the body. If we divide the total distance covered by the total time taken by the body, it is called the average speed. It means the total distance covered by the body in total time is called the average speed. So the formula for finding the average speed is total It is 4 hours. So if you want to find the average speed of the body, you will say that the average speed is equal to total distance, that is 100, upon total time, that is 4, which is 25 km per hour. Simple. So this is the simple example of average speed. Now one more example. Suppose I explain you that you cover 30 km with a speed of 30 km per hour. Okay? This is the example. You cover 30 km with a speed of 30 km per hour. And then 50 km with the speed of what should be the speed? It is 25 km per hour. Okay? So this is the distance covered and this is the speed. Again 30 km with the speed of 15 km per hour. So suppose now in this case you have to find the average speed. We know the formula for finding the average speed is total distance upon total time. Total distance covered by you is, you can find it easy, 30 plus 50 plus 30, it is equal to 110 km. But what's about the total time? We don't have the value of time. So first of all, we will find how much time we will take to cover the 30 km and then 50 km and then 30 km. It means we can only use this formula total distance upon total time. If we don't have the value of total time, we will find it by using the formula time is equal to distance upon speed. So by using this formula time is equal to distance upon speed, we will find the time taken in first 30 km. It will be 30 upon 30 will be 1 hour. Time taken to cover the 50 km, distance upon speed, it will be 2 hours. And again, time for the 30 km is 30 upon 50 is 2 hours. So the total time is 1 plus 2 plus 2, that is 5 hours. Again, for finding the average speed, we have to find the total distance upon total time. So we know the total value of the total distance, but we don't have the value of total time. So first we will find the time by using the formula distance upon speed. That is like this. This is our speed. This is our speed, like this. So we will find the time taken in 3 cases. So now the total distance is, it is 110 km. I am writing here. Total distance is 110 km. And what is the total time? It is 1 plus 2 plus 2. That is 5 hours. So average speed will be total distance upon total time. It will be 5 is 10, 5 is 10, 22 km per hour. Okay. So we understand what is the meaning of average speed. First we understand what is the speed, and then how can we convert meter per second to kilometer per hour and kilometer per hour to meter per second. And the next one is what is the average speed. Now the next part of the chapter is velocity. It's very important term. Velocity. Actually velocity depends on displacement. Just like speed depends on distance and velocity depends on displacement. We can also say that distance is a scalar quantity, so the speed is also the scalar quantity. But since the velocity depends on displacement and displacement is a vector quantity, so we can say velocity is also a vector quantity. So velocity is a vector quantity. It depends on the displacement. So we can say the displacement can be positive, even though it can be negative. So the velocity can be 0, it can be positive, it can be negative. Since the displacement can be 0, can be positive, it can be negative. So the velocity can also be 0, positive or negative. So now we can differentiate between the speed and the velocity. The speed and velocity. The speed means the distance covered by the body per unit time is called speed, and the displacement of the body per unit time is called the velocity. So this is one difference. The speed per unit time is called the distance per unit time is called the speed, and the displacement per unit time is called the velocity. The speed is a scalar quantity. This is the second difference, and velocity is a vector quantity. Speed is always positive, but velocity can be positive, it can be negative. So, speed cannot be 0 for a moving body. Speed cannot be 0 for a moving body, but velocity for a moving value can be 0. So, these are the few differences between the speed and velocity. Okay. I am going to explain you only one more terms about the velocity, the initial and the final velocity. Actually, if a body is moving with some velocity, like suppose you move with the velocity, you are in bicycle. This is a bicycle, and the students should move only on the bicycle road. They should not use bike or scooty like this. So this is your bicycle, and you move with the speed of 2 meters per second, and by pedaling your bicycle fast, you changes your speed to 10 meters per second in 5 seconds. So here in this example, initially you have the speed of 2 meters per second. So it means this is the initial velocity. Initial velocity. And we always represent the initial velocity by using the symbol small u. This is the symbol for representing the initial velocity. Initial velocity means u. And finally after 5 seconds your velocity changes to 10 meters per second. It means it is your final velocity. Okay? So this is your final velocity. And we represent the final velocity by using the symbol small v. Okay, so small u we represent for the initial velocity and small v represent for final velocity. Suppose the time taken by you to change your velocity is t. This is t. 5 seconds. So represent the time by using symbol t. So velocity, initial velocity, final velocity. Initial velocity means the velocity you have is called the initial velocity, and after some time if your velocity going to be changes, then it will be your final velocity. And we represent the initial velocity by u and final velocity by v. Velocity can be of two types. It can be uniform or it can be non-uniform. So can I explain this one? Just try to understand. If you have any problem, you can ask me in your Zoom classes. So uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means if a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time in a particular direction. Here, the more important thing is, we have to represent the direction. Since the velocity is a vector quantity, so it should be a magnitude and as well as direction. So here, for the uniform velocity, we will say that if a body covers equal distance, suppose cover 5 meters in 1 second, another 5 meters in another 1 second, another 5 meters in another 1 second. So here in this case, we are covering the equal distance in equal interval of time. And we are traveling in a straight line. The important thing is, it should be traveling in a straight line. So if the body covers equal distance in equal interval of time in a straight line, then the body should have the uniform velocity. And what is about the non-uniform velocity? body cover unequal distance simply unequal distance in equal interval of time. Suppose 2 meter in 1 second, then 5 meter in 1 second, then 4 meter in 1 second. So in this example, we are covering unequal distance in equal interval of time. So this can be the uniform, non-uniform velocity. A body can be traveled in a straight line or not. And one more thing, it's really important, and just try to understand it. Suppose a body cover equal distance in equal interval of time, but its direction regularly changes. Suppose this is 5 meter in 1 second, another 5 meter in 1 second. So it is covering equal distance in equal interval of time, but its direction changes. So if a body cover equal distance in equal interval of time, but the direction of the body regularly changes, we will say that the body will have the non-uniform velocity. This is the non-uniform velocity. So for the non-uniform velocity, two cases can be here, like unequal distance in equal interval of time in a straight line, or equal distance in equal interval of time, but the direction of the body is regularly changes. Or third case is also possible, that is, it is covering unequal distance in equal interval of time, and side by side direction also changes. It means if we combine both the cases, we will find the third condition. Unequal distance in equal interval of time, 5 meter 1 second, 4 meter 1 second, and the direction also changes. So we will see it is a non-uniform velocity. So here we understand what is the velocity, how can we differentiate between the speed and the velocity, what is the initial and the final velocity, and finally what is the uniform and non-uniform velocity. So if you have any doubt, any queries about all these, you can ask me in the Zoom classes, and then in the next class I will explain you about the acceleration. This is again a new term. Okay, till then, bye.